This is a 30,000 mile service on your front and rear diff and transfer case. But if you get underneath a used Toyota and it's got a aftermarket metal cap for your filter housing, throw it away, go to Toyota and get you an OEM 24 millimeter or fill. I'm going to break this loose just like on the front to make sure I can get oil back in this. Make sure this isn't stripped. Go ahead and buy you a Toyota differential service kit. It also includes your transfer case. These are crush washers that you have to have new to go on your drain and fill plugs for the diffs and the transfer case. Welcome back to Markham's Motors. Today we are doing maintenance on the FJ. We have 5 quarts of this Raven oil, 75/85 for our front and rear diffs maintenance. We got 2 quarts MTF3. This is going to be for our transfer case, and we're going to do our Mobil 1 oil filter engine oil change. We think we can get 500,000 miles out of this if we maintain it correctly. Let's get busy. Yeah. Okay, we're going to start by taking off both skid plates. This one will allow you to get to the oil change stuff, but the other one we're going to need to be able to access around the diff. You need a ratchet, power ratchet, regular ratchet, 14 millimeter. On mine it is because I've got an aftermarket skid plate. This also gives you a chance to look for leaks. Look underneath here, make sure you don't have anything leaking. It's an opportunity. Okay, next we're gonna use a 13 millimeter to get off our rear skid plate so we can get to our diff. It's underneath here. And your oil drain plugs in this compartment. You notice I'm missing my cover plate for that, but we're gonna do aftermarket skid plates anyway, so it's okay. I've got these little spacers in mine because of the aftermarket TRD skid plate. So we're going to drain the front differential. Here's the drain. Here's the fill. Need a 10 millimeter metric Allen. I'm going to use a 3/8 drive and ratchet. Good thing to do is see if you can get the fill out first before you take this out, because if you drain it and this is rusty and crusty and stripped, then you don't want that. So go ahead and see if you can break this loose before you ever mess with the drain. Always. Front and rear. All right, we're good there. I'm just going to use a little ice cream bucket. We don't need ice cream, but somebody does, and they give us to them, and they come in handy underneath trucks and lawnmowers. This was done at the Toyota dealership the last time per the Carfax report. This is a 30,000 mile service on your front and rear diff and transfer case. You give me some paper towels, Leland. It's the one thing I forgot. This is making a mess.
Oh, it stinks too.
Oh yeah, differential fluid stinks really good. You notice this has a magnet on the end of it where it catches metal dust and shavings. Just make sure you go ahead and clean that guy off really good. If I would have taken this fill plug out a little bit more or let it breathe a little bit better, I wouldn't have had such a mess. It coming out, it'd have been able to breathe better. Okay, we're gonna get our front differential oil put in. I'm transferring the Raven oil over to an old bottle I keep around because there's not enough room to get it up in here and get it all squeezed in. So if you notice, my crush washer is stuck in here. So make sure to get that out before you put the new one on. The crush washer for the drain plug is 48 foot-pounds, 29 on the fill. Y'all think a Toyota engineer did this so I could get my ratchet in? Because this same bar over here is just flat. That's pretty nice of them. If this was a Ford, you'd be having to take out the front axle or something to do this job. We'll get some Earl pumped into this dude. Got my lovely assistant, Lori's gonna refill this thing for me. The service kit from Rabbit Ball Parts comes with 5 quarts of this 75/85 synthetic fluid. I'm not sure which one holds more. I would assume the rear. We'll find out. All right. Get one more. Just make sure. Oh, yeah. We're good. Got our new crush washer on, 29 foot-pound. I'm gonna blow this off with a brake cleaner. Come back in a little bit after I make sure we ain't got no leaks. Make sure our interweb torque settings are correct on the crush washers. Okay, we're on the rear diff now. We're gonna drain the diff here, 24 millimeter or fill. I'm going to break this loose just like on the front to make sure I can get oil back in this. Make sure this isn't stripped, or I haven't done this job on this truck yet, so I don't know if it's messed up till I try. Those crush washers, these things just pop. I'm gonna take this out. If they filled the level right, there ought to be a little oil come out of here. Yeah, you could just put the specific amount in because the dealer did it. They probably have nice measuring cups and stuff like that. Get a little ice cream bucket or whatever you got again. See how that flows a lot even now. We need smell-o-vision. That smells good, don't it? Again, we've got crush washers for our fill and drain plugs, and we have a magnet to catch particulates. Get all that cleaned off. You can probably hit this with a little brake cleaner, make life easier. What was the torque specs, Lori?
36, 36.
Yeah, they're both the same. We got our new crush washer. So I went ahead and moved one of my bottles to the transfer pump bottle, but I don't think I'll need it. I think I can get it. This thing, the front took 1.6, the rear takes 2.6. I know some people use the Amsoil bags too because they're squeezable, and I just wanted to try this stuff. It looked nice, and we'll give this bottle a go with the spout, see how it does. Yeah, it works out nicely. Heck with that transfer pump, you ain't got to use it. I'm not measuring. When it runs out, I'm done. All right, we're getting a stream now, so you need to get underneath there and wash this chassis. Okay, same as the rear diff, 24 millimeter. We want to make sure we get the fill plug out first. It's probably going to shoot out like this. Oop, yeah, they filled that one right. That's your fill plug. When I filled these up in the past, it's really hard to not have it coming out. But if you got measuring cups and and you want to do it just exactly to the right spec, go ahead. I'm just showing you how to maintain it. This oil looks a whole lot better than the diff oils did, but we're going by mileage. See how that shot out there? It's got a little life left in it, but I like doing this and being able to say, okay, next time I'll do them all again at the same time. And right. This is 27 foot-pounds torque on your fill and drain plugs. This stuff's made in Germany. It's not Toyota, but I've used this in our 4Runner. This brand, it comes from Ball Parts. I'll try to put a link to their website. They got a really nice setup depending on, what you're doing, but it's kind of neat. Comes packaged really well. I've never had any bottles damaged. It's just twist. It breaks a little seal. And it pops up. You twist again, and it comes out with this little spout right here. Before you take this cap off, let it drain down. It'll sling all over you. It's a pretty neat little setup. If you don't have a transfer pump or something like that, this makes it kind of handy. You just give it a squeeze. Let it breathe, get some air, give it another little squeeze. All right, 1.1 quarts, guys, will get it running out of here. I like taking the little brake cleaner, cleaning off the area. Mud and stuff don't stick to it. Again, 27 foot-pounds. Click, click. All right, now we're going to do the oil. We need a 14 millimeter for this guy. I've got the oil cap off under the hood to give us a better flow. Got me a paper towel ready. So an important note about these Toyotas is this is a crush washer. It's on your oil drain plug. You have to replace it with a new one. It don't feel like it won't come off, but it will. You gotta get it off, then do a new torque down with a new washer for it to not leak on you. Okay, these are the crush washers. I get these genuine OEM. I order them a 10-pack off Amazon. I'll try to put the link in the description, but you have to replace that. Give that a little cleaning. Make sure the old washer ain't on there. It's got a little piece of metal. It looks like it's the washer, but we took the old washer off. 30 foot-pounds. Make sure your torque wrench is on. So next we're gonna do the oil filter. I don't know. I did a quick search. I wish I'd have watched a video on how to change FJ Cruiser 4Runner oil filter housings. I didn't know they went to stuff like this. The last one I changed was just your normal oil filter. This is quite the contraption. I have mixed emotions about it, but I want to give you some details on how we change it. Just use a 3/8 drive extension to get out this bottom part right here. The reason why that just came out like that is because I torqued this to the right torque settings. If you just get underneath here and crank on this guy, this whole housing is going to turn on you. So this has an O-ring that is left in here. It's got to come out, but it has an O-ring. I'm going to show that. If you order a genuine OEM, that's the part number. It comes with everything you need. This guy comes with new O-rings and your cartridge. So once you got that lower plug out, you stick this in this hole, and it's going to drain your oil for you out of the filter house. Instead of, which that's one good aspect about it. Normal conventional oil filters, you're unscrewing them and the oil's running everywhere. This just gives you a single point for it to drain that guy, and then you don't have as much of a mess in here when you're changing the cartridge out. All right, we're done draining. We're gonna pull this guy out, I think. So there's a guy I watched, very informative. It's called the Car Care Nut. Mostly focuses on Toyotas, but if you get underneath a used Toyota and it's got a aftermarket metal cap for your filter housing, throw it away. Go to Toyota and get you an OEM one. He does a real good video on how that will ruin your motor. I bought this off Amazon. It's a specific oil filter wrench for this housing. It works great. It just goes on the end of your ratchet. There's your filter cartridge. It just pulls out. That's what it looks like on the inside. We've got an O-ring right here. It's hard to see, it's black, but you got to replace that every change. This one down here, it's stuck in there. You better get it out of there. Well, mine fell out, but it was in there. It didn't come out with this. I'm not going to wipe all the oil off of it. I'm just going to try to, because you want the oil on your O-rings. This OEM kit comes with both of them. Just make sure you get it set on there. Dig in here, get you a little oil. There's some residual in there. Go around, wipe it on. Get some on this little guy here. Go ahead and insert him. It just sits there. I'm gonna go ahead, put this drain in, hand tight. So the interweb says 18 foot-pounds on this guy here. I do know that an extension affects your foot-pounds on your torque wrench. I'm gonna try to do this without an extension. I don't think that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna do the same for this drain port. All right, it's important to use the right oil. We're using Mobil 1 full synthetic. All right, we've got 5 quarts in. We're gonna go ahead and start it, let it fill the oil filter up. But before I do that, I'm gonna reset the maintenance light. The way you do that is you turn the truck up, put your key in, turn it on, don't start it. Make sure your odometer reading is on the total mileage odometer setting. Turn the truck back off. You hold in the odometer button while you turn the truck back on. not crank it. And then you get a series of dashes that disappear running across your odometer, and it reads 0, you're reset. Key to keeping the life in this new world of, oh yeah, you can go 10,000 miles with a synthetic oil change is horse hockey. If this truck sits every 6 months or a minimum of 5,000 miles with synthetic oil. I don't care if you use Toyota, Mobil 1. My brother talked to some mechanics that went to Japan and found that they are getting 500,000 miles out of Toyotas over there just from doing fluid changes like you're supposed to. Rear end, front end, transfer case, transmission, oil. Do your maintenance, and these things will last. Point in case, my dad has a 05 Toyota Tundra, and if you don't do anything to them, they'll probably go 200,000 miles, and that's about what his did, just a little over, and then the rear end went out on him. It's never been changed in his time having it, which is 10, 15 years, and that's what happens. Now he's out. He got lucky. He's out a couple of $1,000s, but usually just a refurbed rear end starts off with that. But I found him one on eBay. Just do your maintenance, do it yourself, take it in, get it done. If you ain't got time, you don't have tools, you don't have drain pans, but it don't do what the dash tells you to do, don't do what the dealer tells you to do. Use some common sense and keep these things changed. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the skid plates on, try to not bore y'all with that. We are good for another 30,000 miles on the front and rear diff and transfer case. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll get back with you. Pretty responsive. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more DIY maintenance and builds on your own stuff and how to do it.
Hi, kitty.
It turned off again, dude.
Bye.
Got a low tire too. This just twists off. You just get this little twist and it pull. Well, that ain't supposed to happen.